Right, well, what's going on with my situation? The killer looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Report. Ah, is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time, just spit it out. Right. Looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things? Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho, I thought you'd ask, pal. I want the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I'd be there in about 20 minutes, I'd say, sir. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get there in one piece. I'm on a mission, and no one can stop me now, sir. No one! I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. He's doing what? What was that? Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me! No one can stop. Gumshoe? Gumshoe? What happened? Sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No! We can't let that happen! Well, if there was a way we could find out where he is, then we could stand a chance. Why? Oh, why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident row? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? Actually, if you remember... That's right, there is a way! What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Why are you bringing Francisca up at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francisca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent, and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff? There was a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They've probably finished with their handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. And we're continuing this right now as per usual, because can. The court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is... It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? Looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impact herself. It is a fake. A fake? Order, order, order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what's going on? If this was not written by Miss Impact, then who wrote it? we would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Corradilla. But Mr. Corradilla? Well, well. Looks like Miss Impax never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Engarde. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Engarde could not have known that, and so facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. This theory that Engarde had no idea if the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. Present evidence. If you don't present evidence, you're actually going to get, penalized. So, we don't want that. Because, how could Engarde not know it was a fake if he was spying on him all the time? What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor? Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera. Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engarde knew the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Engarde would have known the victim forged the note. Urgh. So then, the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory that as to what Mr. Engarde's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it is not as if Mr. Engarde monitored Mr. Corradilla 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim was written in a place that Mr. Engarde didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Order, 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 Mr. Edgeworth. Looks like this time it is you who dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the result of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. Then the question is, what next? What next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Engarde's motive through evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Sorry. That's a cut. Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is the one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of, who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit the murder? That's impossible! Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? It's... Gus, go on, who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley the Killer. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Oh, wait! Shelley the Killer? How did you get... What? You mean the killer, I mean the assassin. Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then, the prosecution calls our witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness, your name and your, occupation, please. Whoa. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer. I am a professional assassin. I say, what's going on here? Your Honor? How can you remain so calm? What is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. Killer will testify to the court. This must be that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you were in fact actually the killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice? Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelly the Killer. Looks like we have a run to yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corredia, is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corredia. Now that we have that question answered, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it, a bad dream. Shelly the Killer. What is he going to say?